Hello, Oracles. Well, my dad suggested that I wear a black shirt today to mourn the death of the stock market. Because my goodness, yet another day. Like we said, we thought we were going to see a little bit of a rally, at least for the next couple of weeks, maybe leading up to June and the next CPI data. But retail sales decided otherwise. Retail sales came in very weak, and we had Walmart and Target discussing how they've got a lot of their lower end products that are not selling well, which of course, as we talked about, when it comes to a recession, usually the lower end people, lower income families, are the ones who end up getting hit the hardest first. So they said some of their higher end stuff is still doing fine, but I'm going to dive into a little bit about retail. This is my forte. I've been a retail manager for 15 years. I've been in Home Depot, Staples, and now I'm in a company, family-owned company. We do a lot of construction retail, and it's not homeowner construction. It's like bigger, more commercial construction. So I'm going to dive into this a little bit, but looking at the numbers for retail, they're running into some of the similar problems that we are, which is, a question that I asked was, they all said that, they have an overabundance of inventory, which Kathy Wood said is going to end up happening. Yet they also said that they're fighting supply chain issues. So which one is it? Are you having too much inventory because you have too much supply, or do you not have enough supply? Reality is that what comes down to is what we're facing ourselves is, I can get a lot of the stuff that doesn't sell, but I can't get the stuff that does sell. That's literally the problem that is going on right now. And so we have a lot of consumers, and our contractors are trying to, work around things. It's a little bit tougher for us because there's regulations and different things that they're required to use. So they have to get these certain materials that we just can't get our hands on. Other cases, they can use alternatives and find other solutions so we can still start moving this. But looking at, my branch in particular, I used to be able to do all the ordering for myself. I can't do it anymore. We've, done it. There's different positions in our company, buyers who do it for us now, which is nice. It takes it off of my plate, but I don't have as much feel for it anymore. So now I have a ton of inventory coming in. I'm being told I've got plenty of inventory, and I go, my dollars say that I have plenty of inventory, but my actual merchandise in the store does not. Now, when it comes to my sales, year to date, we are up 60%. That's 60% in sales. We are doing extremely well. So when it comes to commercial and industrial construction, we're not getting hit yet. We are getting a lot of complaints about prices. Prices are extremely high. Not much we can do about it. I mean, some of these prices are 3 and 4x what they were 2 years ago. It's really just unbelievable with the pricing. But people are still paying it currently. I don't know when that's going to fall off. But thinking about the fact that a lot of our contracts that we have are governmental contracts, whether it's through the state, through the federal government, we work with the Navy. So a lot of these things, they don't care. Pricing is pricing. They're like, whatever, pay for it, because our tax dollars are paying for it anyway. It's not their money. Who cares? So they're paying all these prices. Doesn't matter. Some of our other contractors who are doing work for homeowners starting to get some pushback. We're starting to have to work on pricing a little bit more. But even that business has not slowed down yet. In the past, I have seen us being, booming business, and then like that, the faucet shuts off. So I don't know if that's going to happen right now. What ended up happening for us, because many of these projects require special products that we sell, they're just on hold. So a lot of these companies are just working on other projects while they wait for this product and merchandise to come in. So we're waiting for other materials to show up. So all of this business that we had that was building up for the last year is still trickling out. So we are still getting some new business as well. So it's not like I see this slowing down. So we're still trying to catch up from last year's business while bringing on new business. We're still looking at 6 to 8 month lead times for a lot of our materials. It's absolutely insane right now. So this is on the higher end when it comes to commercial, industrial, and governmental contract stuff. So when we go back to the Walmarts and the Targets of the world, and even the Home Depots, when it comes to the homeowner projects, that is going to start dwindling. Walmart and Target said it with their retail sales when it comes to clothing, And Home Depot says that their sales are doing well now, but as we are foreseeing the housing market starting to come down, that is going to trickle off as well. Now, ironically, I actually was a manager at Home Depot during the 2008 and 2009 recession. And I remember vividly, I was running lumber and building materials, and our district manager was asking me, well, what am I going to do to increase our sales? And I said, well, I can't change the housing market, so maybe I'll get some strippers to dance on our bulk stacks that are out front to try and entice some more contractors to buy some more. I mean, literally, what are you going to do when the housing market collapses like it did back in 2008 and 2009? You can't sell anything because there's no houses out there being worked on. So that was the time when Home Depot went from, a mentality of selling to new construction to selling to fixer-uppers, because people weren't buying new houses at all, but they had the money to invest in, updating the houses that they had, because they're like, well, if I want to try and sell my house because the value is such crap right now, if I do want to sell it, I need to improve it. So Home Depot changed their mentality to that at the time. So, Home Depot is versatile, they'll change, and if we do get into a situation like that again, I have no doubt that they'll be able to work through it and be fine. But reality is, that's probably going to end up happening, and their sales will end up taking a hit because of it. And so going into this whole entire potential recession, which is now looking more and more real as we're getting retail numbers coming in, it's probably what's going to happen. And again, when you're looking at a recession, the length of it will determine how hard people get hit. The shorter it is, a short recession usually just hits lower income. When you have a longer drawn out one, it starts to hit the higher income as it goes along too, because some of those people are like, you know what? I don't know how long this is going to last, so let me just make sure I keep some of my nest egg over here on the side, waiting to see what's going to happen until we get out of this. So they pull back their spending a little bit as well. It's not like they really get hit hard, they just make the choice to not spend as much just to kind of watch themselves. And now my business and my company, we are based out of Connecticut, and we serve, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New York as well, some of the surrounding areas, and we do quite well. But again, that is more of the commercial stuff. Now, Janet Yellen herself had mentioned that she does not foresee a recession coming. I mean, I gotta tell you, Janet, I don't know, you're a very smart woman. I respect you entirely, but I'm looking at the data here. I can't see it not happening. I mean, we already have 1/4 of negative GDP, so unless you guys plan on fudging the numbers for the second quarter, I don't see how it's going to happen. I would love to not hit a recession. I would love to get this soft landing by the Fed and be able to just skirt through this without anything major happening other than us taking a massive stock market hit like we are. But I got to face the reality of it, and the reality is I'm anticipating we are going to get this massive pullback over the next year when it comes to retail and sales, and honestly, it might be necessary to pull back inflation because it is so high. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys see in your area for construction going on? Because a lot of times when it comes to, how the market and the economy is doing, new construction is a big piece of this, whether it's commercial or whether it's going to be, homeowner retail type construction. Let me know what you guys see for construction in your areas and where you're at, because this could help us figure out how we're going to be seeing the future of GDP over the next 12 months. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. Thank you so much. Have a great one.